This is a Rickenbacker 4004 Cheyenne 2. It's a 2 because it's the second generation. The first generation had walnut body wings, whereas this has walnut only sandwiched inside the maple of the body wings. You can see the darker area there. There's also a 4004 Laredo. The difference is the Laredo is just solid hardwood body, most likely maple. It doesn't have the walnut in the center. The Laredo also has chrome hardware, and the Laredo would have the finish on the fingerboard, which this is bare. It's just a bare Bubinga. Another feature about this bass is the heel. It's slanted for easier access up to the upper frets. This is where the access to the pots, all the electronics. Might I say these are excellent bass guitars. If you haven't tried one, you have to. I mean, they're just killers. They're loud. They're super dead quiet as far as noise is concerned, and you want to cut through the mix, they definitely will. And if anybody tells you they can't do the 4001 kind of 4003 kind of trebly growl tone, they're just not playing it right. I'm gonna remove the strings on this bass because I'm gonna do a setup on it. And this bass has not had a string change in quite a long time, so for the short time that it's gonna have no strings on it, I'm not gonna worry about it. Normally I change strings one at a time. Okay, so I'm gonna remove the E string. Pop it out. I'll straighten out the best I can. I'll come to the bridge end. Now notice the bridge here. This is an ABM bridge. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bend this up here. This makes me get it out easier without scratching the end of the body. So now I'll give it a push here. Let go with the string. And now I can grab the ball end and I don't have to worry about scratching the end of the body. Now I'm also keeping this end of the string up, and I'll show you why in a minute. Let me finish getting the string out. Okay, I'm pushing as I'm pulling away. Okay, the string is out. Now right here, there is a little roller on the saddle, and depending on which way you turn it, will move the saddle for you. If you turn it that way, it's going to move the saddle to the end of the neck side. If you turn it this way, top towards the end of the bass, it moves the saddle this way. Now, I was being careful because sometimes when you pull the string through either way, it turns the saddle, and I'm not concerned about it getting turned so much as I am concerned about it getting pinned to one side. Sometimes it gets pinned to one side so much it's hard to loosen. If that happens to you, get a pencil eraser and give a push on it with a pencil eraser in the right direction, and that should get it started. Being I have the strings off, notice this is a matte finish because there's no conversion version or the new UV finish that your Rickenbacker uses. That's unique to the Cheyenne, okay? But I like to keep wood like this in good condition, so I'm going to use a wood wax. I wouldn't use this wood wax on the rest of the guitar, but on the fingerboard, I'm going to apply some of this wood wax. It helps put oil back into the wood. It takes the grime and the dirt off. As you can see, there's not that much grime and dirt on this fingerboard because I regularly wipe my guitars down after I'm using them. Okay. And we'll make it shiny, and we'll put a protective coating on it. It'll also shine up the frets, make them look like new. If you get the gunk off your frets, it helps. If you want a brighter sound, it helps keep the brighter sound. Okay, so I'll let that set up for a minute. And you really don't have to wait for it to dry. You can Just start buffing away. You want to make sure you get it all off though. You don't want to get it on your strings or on your fingers while you're playing, or keep it on the frets. Looks like new again. If you're wondering what finish this is the color of the year 2005 Blue Burst, and this base was made in 2005. This is a darker Blue Burst, and the later ones that came out. The later ones that came out are a bit lighter than this one. I kind of prefer this one. I like the darker blue, but that's just me. Make sure I get every fret in between the fret and the fingerboard. I want to make sure that wax is off. Using my fingernail. Alright, one last buff, and that's good. This is ready to install the strings. Okay, this base is nice and shiny. It was waxed not too long ago. This is a 100% diaper cloth. I didn't use the diaper cloth on the fingerboard, but I did use a 100% cotton undershirt. It used to be an undershirt. It's fine for the fingerboard. It doesn't have a shiny coating on it. So, but for something like a conversion varnish finish or the new UV finish, you want to use a 100% cotton diaper cloth or detailing cloth.